On the last episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? The Tale of Cutter's Treasure, Part 1. Rush's brother, Max, has been kidnapped by Cutter's ghost and he's been taken to the Netherrealm, and now Rush has to find a way to save him. This is the first two-part series, and the only two-part series, in Are You Afraid of the Dark. Part 1 set up the characters. Rush is the older, more mature brother who's a ladies' man. Max is the younger, brattier brother. Their parents are away on vacation. Rush was able to open this magic chest in Sardo's magic shop and get some items, and now his brother has been kidnapped. So of course, when this Midnight Society meets, they just ask questions about the first episode. So the intro and ending of these sections where they meet in the clearing is going to be related around the episode, not some love triangle or them playing pranks on each other. Betty Ann asks Frank and Gary what was going on with that cemetery, since there was a dream sequence where Rush was in this spooky cemetery. Kiki asked the best question, which is, why was Rush able to open up this magic chest? It was in Sardo's magic shop and no one else could open it. And then like the Sword and the Stone, he's able to open it? So it starts where part 1 left off. Rush tries to get a hold of his parents, but as we know in this series, police and parents do not exist. They never save the kids. There's never a time they call 911 and everything's fine. DJ McHale has talked about this, how the series always has to have the kids solve the problems for themselves. Can't rely on parents, can't rely on adults, can't rely on any type of government officials. It's always them. So Rush goes to Sardo's magic shop and demands some answers from this goofy magician Sardo, who's just causing all these ghosts to pop up and kidnap kids. And Sardo is absolutely no help. He's going to meet Mr. Fink in a second, who's a little more help. But Sardo had an idea of what would happen when he opened this magic chest, but he needed that $5,000 that he was given if someone could open it. So Rush goes over to the barber shop to meet Mr. Vink. Should I say Dr. Vink, who's running a barber shop now. We've seen him run a movie studio in the Midnight Madness. We've seen him be in this little hobbit house in the very first episode, Phantom Cab. Now he's a barber. So it's supposed to be a joke because he has a super long, haggard type beard. This guy's a barber, but he never shaves anything. I guess so. Dr. Vink is a little more helpful than the hapless Sardo. He tells him that Captain Jonas Cutter has kidnapped his brother Max, and he has hidden treasure in a secret underground vault. We get a Star Wars type hero story here, where Rush is the chosen one, just like Neo. You see, he was the one who was able to open up this magic chest, and therefore he is the appointed champion who gets to do battle with Captain Cutter. He is the anointed one, and he can take this dagger that was in this magic chest and fight Captain Cutter. Unfortunately, Captain Cutter has a giant sword and Rush has a dagger, so you would think they'd give him a sword of the same size, but they're gonna make it hard on this kid. And we learn that Ian Keegan, who is the ghost that Dr. Cutter killed in the first episode, is actually Rush's great-grandfather, which is probably why he got those powers to open that chest. So he goes over to the cemetery that was in his dreams and meets his grandpa Ian Keegan, who leads him down to Captain Cutter's lair. We get a lot more action in this one. While this episode is quite light on the pirate fare, come on, we don't see them sail any boats. We only get one swashbuckling sequence. There's one complaint of this two-parter, since when they do two-part episodes, the budget's higher, 44 minutes instead of 22. More pirate stuff, more pirate-themed things. Have a rowboat battle, shoot some cannonballs. No treasure maps with an X? No bottles of rum? Well, it's been light on the pirate fare so far. But when we finally get to Captain Cutter's lair, finally we get what we're looking for. We get an overacting character who screams his lines. He has an eye that is deformed. He really should have an eye patch, but maybe it fell off. We see treasure, we see gold pieces, and Captain Cutter is guarding this treasure. The treasure is kind of ancillary. Rush is not trying to get any gold or treasure. He just wants to get his brother back. So it's more just for background decoration. Still, this is of course the best part of the episode. Finally, we get to see him face this guy and try to battle him. And it's hilarious when Rush takes out his dagger and the pirate just laughs at him. I have this giant cutlass sword. You have a tiny dagger. He just steps on his hand and the dagger falls out. But little does Rush know, after Vink reminds him, there is a way to imbue this dagger with some powers that Rush doesn't even know that he has. After all, he is the chosen one. But after battling Captain Cutter, using his powers and tying him up, Pirate wants Rush to finish him off. Seemingly an odd request. Rush finally catches on to what's happening here. See, Captain Cutter is forced to guard this treasure, but he really doesn't want to do that anymore. He wants Rush to deliver the final blow, so I guess he can rest in peace. And he decides not to do that. So while he could finish him off, it's actually more torturous to let him live, and now he has to be trapped with all this treasure that he can't spend for eternity. Though this doesn't explain exactly how Captain Cutter was able to go into Rush's house. He admits that he's trapped here for eternity, but we've seen him other places besides this lair, but whatever. It's not even a plot hole. He's a ghost. Maybe he gets some PTO or something, kicks it up to the big guy, asks if he can leave this lair and kidnap some kids because they're the chosen one. I really like the part 1 of this episode. Part 2 is good as well, but I actually think it's a bit worse. While we get the pirate part, and it's more action-packed, I think the character development in the first one and spinning the mystery was actually more intriguing, so I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. Still worth watching, and it does give you the payoff you want. As I mentioned, there's not much pirate stuff happening. This one finally delivers on the pirate stuff right at the end. Charles S. Dutton plays Jonas Cutter, and he is chewing the scenery and spitting it out. He's loud, he's boisterous, it's a bit funny, and Captain Cutter is more of a funny villain than a scary one. Unlike the next episode, The Tale of the Quiet Librarian, where we have a librarian who opens up a book and takes away your screams. And this one is a scary episode. We'll be covering that in a few days. And check out our playlist for the other series that we've covered. Black Mirror, Tales from the Dark Side, Monsters, Fear Itself, Twilight Zone, and Mystery Science Theater 3000. Memberships are open, thanks.